Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am crafting for my family. I have several projects to get through, so let's get started. Okay, so for our first project, I am starting with the most simplest of them all. This is a case that my husband keeps whatever he keeps in here. I think it's cards. He collects cards, baseball cards and those types of cards. So anywho, he asked me a couple of times to cover this right here with a sticker with his monogram on it. So I just did this really quickly. I have two here because one is slightly bigger than the other. I just wanted to make sure it could fit between these screws or whatever is holding this little plate onto the case. So I printed it twice just to be sure that it would fit. So let's see if this is the fit for this. My husband does not ask me often to create things for him, but when he does, a lot of times it's stickers. I'm gonna actually wipe this off really quickly just to make sure that the sticker stays down. I'm gonna try the other one too just to be sure. I think this other one might be a little too big, but let's see. Yeah, this one is too big. So we're gonna go with this one. I think this one might be slightly too big as well, but listen, we're gonna make it work. Okay, hold on. Trying to get it right in between these little things here. All right. It's a little too big, just a tiny bit, but I think it will do. So he's now got his monogram on here, and he no longer has to look at the name of the case. And when he sits at his desk, he'll see that I did my part. Okay, so like I said, super simple. We're done with this one. I am going to move on to my next craft. Okay, so for my next craft, I have this cup. It comes with a straw and lid. It's very similar to that pink one that I made for my daughter for Valentine's Day. This is for my son because sometimes in the morning when we have breakfast on the go, he doesn't have a cup that he can just, you know, take in the car with him. He winds up using one of my travel cups. And sometimes I don't like to share because people lose things. And I'm like, I don't want my cup missing. So not that I want him to lose his either, but I would really not want my stuff to go missing. Anywho, I just decided, you know what, let me make him his own. First of all, it won't have to be mine. It can be his. And then it'll also be something that I know he likes. It will be more, of his personality, his likes, and not my cup. Although the cup that I normally give him of mine is just a plain navy blue cup, so it's not anything that looks like, is that your mom's cup? It doesn't look like that. Okay, so as you can see, we have the outline to basketballs. He plays two different sports, basketball and football. So we're gonna do the basketball for this one. Okay, now that I have everything weeded out, I am going to get it on the transfer tape. What I'm going to do is layer on the transfer tape so I can put everything on the cup at one time without having to try to layer on the cup. Just in case you're not sure what I mean, I am going to show you, of course. So this is Oracle 651, and both of them actually. So I'm going to get the outline of the basketball onto the transfer tape. Perfect. And then I'm going to layer it right here. But this, you know what happens sometimes when you start doing this over, it snatches it. So to avoid that, I'm going to take some painter's tape and hold this in place so I can get my transfer tape and the outline down when I'm ready, not when it decides to snatch it. And if my head is in the way, I apologize. I'm trying to make sure this lines up perfectly, or as perfect as possible. All right, I think that is good. Yes. Ooh, look at that. It came out very good. All right. Did I wipe this cup down yet? I can't. I think I did. Oh, gosh. I guess y'all could tell me in the comments if I did already, if I if I wiped it down. I'm sure when I go back to edit this, I'm like, yeah, you did, or nope, you didn't. But anywho, I'm going to wipe it down again just in case, because I really don't remember. I think I did. All right. So we're going to get this one down on this side. I'm going to bring it down here. And get this. Get that on there. Let's burnish it. And these, okay, so this is permanent vinyl, right? And technically, if you look at most vinyls, they'll tell you that it's hand wash only. It's not dishwasher safe. But my cups, the cups that I make for myself that have vinyl on it, I put them in the dishwasher. Again, do that at your own risk. But I put them in the dishwasher, and whenever, if they did, the vinyl comes off, I just redo it. And sometimes I don't have that issue. The vinyl, it takes a while for the vinyl to actually come off. But of course, not all vinyl is created equal. So depending on the vinyl that you're using, you may see issues, you may not. I would always say you try that at your own risk. But technically, you should hand wash it. All right, there's that side. I'm gonna get the other side done. All right, so I got both sides done. Here's this side and that side. So now he has his own personalized cup, something that I'm sure he will like of his own. And one thing I will say is you do want to give it, I would say, at least 24 hours, possibly 48 hours before putting this, before using it, because you want your vinyl to cure. Make sure that it's on there, especially because this will, it will be dealing with liquid, and you know, you have to put it in the sink to get it washed and all that stuff. So you just want to give it at least 24 hours to cure. All right, let's clean up and move on to the next. Okay, so for my next project, I have this pink cosmetic pouch that I purchased from Amazon. I got this for my daughter. I'm just creating a little pouch for her backpack. So I just wanted to put her monogram on it, and what I have here is just some white glitter. So we have 2 monograms today, and at first I was going to just do some plain white vinyl, but then when I went to go grab a piece of white from my scrap, from where I keep my scraps, I saw the white glitter and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, maybe I should do this instead. That'll be something a little different for her. So I'm gonna just lint roll this really quickly. Just make sure there's nothing on it. And this is like a faux leather. So I'm gonna open this. I already put a little something in there to give it some pressure. And I'm gonna get this where I want it to be. Let's see. Fold it down just a little bit. This was, when I saw this, I was like, yes, I definitely like this particular pouch. And it's very spacious. It can fit a decent amount of stuff in there. I started putting things in there just to see how much space it has and how much stuff can fit in there. And I was pleasantly surprised. So if you're interested in it, I will link it down below. There are other colors. And the price was pretty good too. So, all right, we're gonna get this in here. I'm gonna put my hand in here and hold that so it can stay in place. Let me make sure this is not crooked. All right. Have my Easy Press Mini here, and I have it on 2 just because it's glitter. It's a little thicker than regular iron-on. All right, I'm gonna let that cool for a moment. All right, let's see how this did. I'm gonna go slowly to make sure everything is actually on there. Yes, I didn't see any lifting at all. None at all. Okay. So there we go. It looks good. It definitely, of course, shimmers. I don't think it's shimmering on camera. I can't tell, but it definitely shimmers in person. So there's her monogram on her pouch. Let's move on. Okay, so for our last 2 projects, I have a sweatshirt and a t-shirt, and these are for my parents. I'm going to start with my mom's because my dad's is easier than hers. So let's do that. Gonna bring in the vinyl for the shirt. Okay, so I have this green Caesar Easy Weed, and just a little backstory on this. My mom is a retired lieutenant colonel from the Air Force. And within the Air Force, a sorority birthed from the Air Force, and she joined the sorority. So this is actually, these are going to be the Greek letters for her sorority, which is Alpha Gamma Xi. And I think she's been, you know what, I'm not even going to start trying to guess because I can't remember how many years she's been a part of it. I know it's more so recently, but it might be 3 years, something like that. It might be about 3 years. All right, so got that. Let me get these middles. Now this she did not ask for. She did not ask for this. There was no request for this particular one. This is just me gifting it to her. But I'm sure she will. Oh no. I'm sure she will appreciate it. Okay. Dang it. Okay. So I just totally ruined the L in Alpha. Totally ruined it. Like, I'm gonna have to recut it. There's no way that I can use it because it's ripped. Like, and it's ripped badly. No. Okay. Let's take a beat. So I'm gonna recut this, but you all will see it in the next couple of seconds. Okay, so I have Alpha all weeded out now. I am going to replace it. Okay, so this is how I'm gonna do it. First of all, I'm gonna line it up with the one that's already there. And then, wait, how do I usually do this? Whenever I do make a mistake and I have to fix it. All right, let's. Okay, so I have the messed up one cut out and the fix in its place. To make sure it doesn't move, I'm going to use some heat resistant tape to keep it in its spot. Okay, I have my heat resistant tape, and let's see, I definitely want to tape it on this side. And now it's not going anywhere, and it's still lined up perfectly with Gamma and Xi. All right. This is not pre-pressed, as you can probably see, because it's pretty wrinkled. But I am going to get it lint rolled. All right, I ran over to my heat press really quickly to get this pressed so I can put this on here because I want to get it on here and in its spot before actually going over to the heat press to press it. So let's just get this on here where I want it to be. One thing about V-neck shirts, although I am not a huge fan of wearing them, I do, but not as often as I wear the crew neck ones, which is so weird because years ago I always wanted the V-neck shirts, and now I'm like, not so much. So anyway, my mom absolutely loves V-neck t-shirts, so I don't ever buy her anything else unless I have no choice, unless we're doing like a group thing. But other than that, Anyway, so one thing about the V-neck shirts, it makes it a lot easier to find the middle when you're putting down a design because of the V. It makes it a lot easier to find the middle. But I don't even do V-neck shirts that often. I sometimes think that my mom is the only one who ever asks me for a V-neck shirt. All right, let's see. That looks about right. Let's bring in my dad's sweatshirt. Okay, I've already heat pressed this. I do definitely need to lint roll this. I'm sure you can probably see some of the lint on camera. This is very linty. Something on it. All right, got that. Now this one, my dad did ask for this. And I've had this design. Not only the design, I've had this transfer, I should say. This is, what is it? DTF. I've had this transfer sitting in my craft space for at least 6 months. So he asked for this. It had to be almost a year ago he asked for this, and he forgot, I forgot, and yeah. But it just says, created me a clean heart, oh God. And I designed this in Canva and then sent it over to 143 Vinyl, and they made the transfer for me. Okay, so this is his. And I'm going to take his and my mom's to the heat press at the same time. So let's go to the heat press. Okay, so my dad's came out really good. I already took the transfer sheet off of it because you're supposed to press it with the sheet on and then take it off and give it another press with it off. So this is how it came out. I hope that he really likes it. It's definitely long overdue. So I'm hoping that he definitely appreciates this. Let me bring in my mom's. Okay. So I'm going to peel this up. I did take it off, but I wanted to give it another press. So I just put the transfer sheet back on, but it's coming off with no problem. All right. And there's my mom's. And it says Alpha, Gamma, Xi. It looks, their colors, so their colors are blue and green, and they look so nice together, especially depending on what they have on. These colors look so nice together. All right, so those two were my last projects for my family. Let's bring them all back in. Okay, so we have all our projects back in the camera. I think they all turned out really well. I didn't bring my husband's case back in here because that thing is huge, but you know what it looks like, just the sticker with his monogram. I am hoping that everybody appreciates all the just the little gifts that I wanted to give them. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope that you were inspired or entertained by what you saw today. And thanks for hanging out with me for a little while. I hope that you would like, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't, and if you're looking for any links to any of the supplies I used today, it will be down in the description box below. All right, until next time, later guys.